Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. One good thing has come out of COP30, something that annoys Ed Miliband. And if it annoys Ed Miliband, we know, children, don't we, that it's got to be good. And it really is. The United Nations COP30 Climate Summit, deep down there in the Amazon rainforest, you couldn't make it out with the irony, could you? They clinched a deal. They made a deal. And that is, there's a roadmap. There's no roadmap, rather. There's no roadmap for phasing out fossil fuels. Nearly 200 countries approved this deal by consensus after 2 weeks of what I don't know what you'd call it: mudslinging, fraught negotiations, serious contemplation, the usual old bollocks they talk about. This is in Belém in Brazil. Although it was noted that there was no United States present and no Chinese present, but there we go. Applause rang out in the thing in the COP30. They'd obviously put the fire out, burnt down one of the big venue areas there. The COP30 president, Andre, I don't know how to pronounce this, so I do apologise. It's Andre Correa do Lago, I think. Anyway, he slammed the gavel down. Boom, boom, boom. We've got the deal. Hooray! COP30 is a success. But what will annoy Ed Miliband is they're not phasing out fossil fuels. They say fossil fuels are here to stay for as far into the future as we can see, because there is no viable alternative. Now, also, here's the thing. They talk about fossil fuels, but oil isn't a fuel. Oil is something we need. Oil is not just a fuel. There is elements of oil that is fuel, but most oil isn't fuel. And that annoys Miliband as well. But also coal. They couldn't get this banned without China, and China just not going to do it. So they said, well, it's pointless us banning coal because China's just going to go, nah, and do it. India, nah, and do it. Mongolia, don't use a lot, but they do use some coal. Russia burns oil. They're just not going to get rid of them. And so they've had to accept that fossil fuels are here to stay. Happy, happy days, because you can't phase out something without a replacement, and there literally is no replacement. Until you find a replacement for oil, you're stuck with oil forever. And if you can find something that will release heat in such a good way as coal, you let me know about it. And as you know, I've told people, but older people, I say older people, longer members or longer viewers know this, but for the newer viewers, when they banned the purchase of coal in the United Kingdom about 2.5 years ago, they announced it the year before, and I knew it was coming. I think it was May 2023. At the end of May 2023 was the last time you could actually buy actual coal in Britain as a consumer. You can still get it for specialist uses, but mainly as a consumer you couldn't buy it after that date. So I went out just before that and I bought a lifetime supply of coal. I have a coal fire at home, and I bought a lifetime supply of coal because yes, other fuels are available, but you get that smokeless coal, which is rubbish. It leaves clinkers like that. You know, it's a horrible thing to try and clear away. It doesn't generate the same level of heat, and you don't get that satisfying hiss and pop and crack that you get with a proper coal fire. And I'll sit there on Christmas Eve, even if it's warm, and I'll light it because it just adds to the ambience, and you get that wonderful air about it. And I don't care. I literally don't care. And I'll never be cold, you know. I'm not going to be one of those little old men that sits there going, oh, shall I have a tin of beans, be warm? I'll be warm because I've got my lifetime supply of coal. And screw you, government. Now, they have put in the act that brought that in, that existing supplies can continue to be used. So I made sure that my existing supplies will be continued to be used for at least another 20 years. But it seems that the rest of the world thinks so too. No ban on fossil fuels. Hey, Ed Miliband, boo! That's what the COP30 have done to you. It's going to be fun next year at COP31 because it's in Ankara in Turkey. and they still use fossil fuels. Thanks a lot.